Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm was Threshold Entertainment's second go at a Mortal Kombat cartoon after the rather messy one-off Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins. Defenders of the Realm certainly looked a lot better than the previous Mortal Kombat cartoon, opting to not try and cram in cruddy CG animation with the traditional animation. Coming out in 1996 off the heels of Batman the Animated Series, you can see a bit of influence in the cartoon's style. Also, much like the Ninja Turtles episodes of this time period, there's a red sky present during a lot of the scenes.
Much has changed since the last Mortal Kombat tournament. Dark forces of Outworld have begun invading the Earth realm. Only the most extraordinary warriors could possibly meet this challenge.
Or at least the ones that answered the phone. The story in Defenders of the Realm is largely based upon Mortal Kombat 3, meaning we have some of the new characters from that game being very prominent, even if they were just stupid and weak Johnny Cage replacements. Striker! This one-season series still kind of follows the first Mortal Kombat film as well, as references to it pop up from time to time. Kind of interestingly, the opening music of this series while Raiden explains the basic plot changed a bit after the first 2 episodes.
Much has changed since the last Mortal Kombat tournament. Much has changed since the last Mortal Kombat tournament. Only the most extraordinary warriors could possibly meet this challenge. Liu Kang, Princess Kitana, Sub-Zero. Only the most extraordinary warriors could possibly meet this challenge. Liu Kang, Princess Kitana, Sub-Zero.
And of course we can't forget Zero, the greatest Mortal Kombat character. The music change on the intro is kinda subtle, but it does give it a more grandiose feel while Raiden is naming off the cast, so I'd say this change was for the better. Defenders of the Realm originally aired on USA as part of their Action Extreme lineup, which is a name and marketing strategy that just screams the time period it's from. This combat cartoon aired back-to-back with the Street Fighter animated series, though that one fared a bit better, lasting 2 seasons compared to Defenders of the Realm's 1. Collecting this series in its entirety is quite the stupidly arduous task, as in North America it's only gotten a few random episodes on VHS. And the 3 DVDs that were put out in the UK contain all the episodes, save for the second episode, Sting of the Scorpion. Areas that actually received all the episodes on DVD were Australia, Brazil, and Russia. There's a bit of a quality difference between releases as well. The much more common UK ones are kind of muddy looking compared to the much crisper Russian DVDs. Plus, the coloring on these ones looks much nicer. Also, a kinda odd point is, there's slightly more vertical picture on the UK DVDs, but they're cutting off more horizontally compared to the Russian ones. And there's some more random music variations! Episode 1 has a different credits theme on these 2 different DVDs. And both of these credits themes are different than what the rest of the series uses. The casting for this show is quite interesting, as we have Clancy Brown as Raiden, Olivia Dabo as Sonya, Ron Perlman as Stryker, which I guess was their vain attempt to try and make Stryker cool with a K, and probably most odd of them all, Luke Perry as Sub-Zero. That's right, Sub-Zero is Archie's dad. I mean his son, he's too young for kids. Brian Tachi voices Liu Kang, and he was also the voice of Leonardo in the 3 original live-action TMNT films. Cree Summer is Kitana, who's done a lot of voice work, including Penny from Inspector Gadget. Dorian Harewood as Jax, who has also done a lot of voice work, but what comes to my silly mind first is the fact he was one of the alternate Shredder voices in the original show.
A half alligator, half man? What do we need with a freak like that?
Then we have Nightwolf, voiced by Todd Thalley, who's done other things. Anyway, we start our first episode, Combat Begins Again, right by a giant Mortal Kombat logo, which apparently the good guys just keep by a cave entrance to their base to remind them what tournament they sometimes fight in. I do guess they might need the reminder in this series though, as they won't be fighting in actual Mortal Kombat at all. Geez, at least Conquest had the end of a Mortal Kombat tournament at the beginning, and they were supposedly getting ready for another. Well, the first character on screen is, of course, the new most important Mortal Kombat character, Kiva. Take that, Zero.
That's it.
Oh no, is this wolf really trying to kill Nightwolf? I'm so worried when 1, we don't know anything about Nightwolf yet, and 2, we saw him merging with this wolf in the intro.
That's enough, Kiva. Hey, I've got work to do.
Alright, so take a look at the Nightwolf character, and what's the one thing that probably does not come to mind that would be his defining trait? Well, that's exactly what they made him. Nightwolf is the team's computer nerd. I guess good on them for not just making Nightwolf a stereotype or just some lunatic who mutters nonsense about animalities before throwing an axe at your head. But making Nightwolf the tech guy just seems kinda odd.
Combat alert!
I hope you like combat being thrown into stupid phrases like this, because this show certainly does.
Nightwolf, this is Liu Kang. Do you read?
Read and see. Satellite has you.
Is the satellite on the ground? Because otherwise, I don't know what Liu Kang is staring into here.
Sensors are detecting cybers. That probably means Sector and Cyrex are behind this invasion.
Yeah, old Ketchup and Mustard are really our Bebop and Rocksteady, aren't they?
Mortal Kombat begins again.
But in a more accurate sense, it doesn't. Not at all. I like since that this is a cartoon, I guess, the characters can just flat out use their energy special moves like this. I suppose with Jax and his armpit waves, they're being generated by his metal arms, but I don't know what Sonya is shooting from. I guess all these people just have some kind of energy powers, except Stryker.
With Sector and Cyrax, we're not dealing with mindless cybernetics.
Let's start toasting those freaks!
I'm Sonya! My defining character trait is being angry and poor strategies! Ah!
Kitana?
I guess Liu Kang's katana sense went off. Either that or she's forgotten to bathe in a while.
I was afraid fear is a far greater adversary than the one we are about to face.
Wow, that's really not helpful at all right now, Kitana. Thanks.
The dimensional portal is still open, so more could be on the way.
Not on my watch.
I know, because Nightwolf is on your watch.
We have to keep the cybernetic units from reaching the city.
Duh! No kidding, Stryker.
I'd say Sonya's being a jerk right now, but it is Stryker, so he deserves it.
Up until now, we've kept civilians from learning about these Outworld invasions.
Yeah, it's easy to miss the red skies and portals opening, dropping out cyborgs.
Straighten up, soldier.
Hey, I'm not your soldier.
Well, yeah, it's true Jax isn't Stryker's soldier, but of these two, he is the one that actually is a Special Forces soldier, while Stryker is a riot cop. So, Jax should be the one that'd be in charge, I'd think, and if anyone was gonna have a slightly military attitude, it'd make more sense if it was Jax and not the guy who isn't a soldier. Though Stryker is just the gun goon who showed up to the battles where even an actor had better powers than him, so I'd imagine he has a raging inferiority complex going on, and he's gotta make himself feel more important whenever he can. They have added to Stryker's story since that he is a former Marine, but this wasn't part of his character back then.
We need a strategic plan of attack.
I got one! Combat time!
That's a catchphrase! Not a good one, but they're gonna say it anyway! Also, Sonya is a soldier too, plus at this point a Mortal Kombat veteran. She should be the one with a better head on her shoulders about this stuff than Mr. Stupid, wow, everyone has special powers here? Well, I brought a gun. Alright, the first real battle of the series, and we seriously get an impact flash covering up the first real blow. This does not bode well. Luckily, it's not going to do that all the time, but if you're looking for even movie-level Mortal Kombat battles, you're in the wrong place. And that's one of the main reasons that the show only lasted 13 episodes. It's nice they dropped it on us that these guys are just robots, so they can destroy them at least.
Gotcha!
Oh, he said it! Gotcha! I wonder if I should help. Nah, just sitting up here watching is enough.
Surrender, Princess Kitana.
I have been programmed to ignore all pointless BS disguised as profound insight, so you cannot possibly defeat me.
You have the numbers, Sector, but you lack the soul.
Crap, I didn't expect her to use her fans. In hindsight, I'm an idiot.
You are nothing without soul and honor.
Would you get off the soul thing? You don't need to kick me while I'm down. Let's do it on the battlefield, Liu Kang. That seems like a slightly bad idea, Kitana.
Whoa, watch it, guys.
Luckily, their super advanced cyborg weapons can't penetrate giant anchors. I just wish more battlefields had boats sitting around in them for some reason. The Iceman cometh! Seriously, I guess he's just flat out Iceman now.
Let's back him up.
Are you nuts? We can't trust Sub-Zero. He's a traitor to his own clan.
And since the cyborgs are from the Lin Kuei, I guess Sony is saying they can't trust Sub-Zero because he's not currently helping the cyborgs to kill them.
Hey, I don't want to marry the guy.
Or do I?
Marriageality.
Combat time!
Sonya, can we at least limit combat time to once an episode?
Sonya, finish them!
Lameality. Then we learn that Stryker has a special police baton that helps him to close portals. I guess they had to give him something to make him feel remotely useful.
This reunion could use an icebreaker.
Oh, I get it, because I have ice powers. Ha ha ha, that was really rude, Jax. I'm leaving.
We were wondering which side you were fighting on these days.
It is true. I was once Lin Kuei and fought for the forces of darkness, back when my brother was still alive.
You know, until somebody killed him. Get out of here! No, Scorpion, we're doing the movie story here, so Liu Kang is the brother murderer. So I just get no vengeance against the ass of a brother of yours? What a load! Anyway, flashback to the movie, sorta time.
To win, you must use the component which brings life.
Is there any reason they changed that slightly?
Use the element which brings life.
I always intended it to be component, but we didn't have the technology to have Kitana say that back then. Looks like you came up all wet! And that's all it is, not an impalement by an ice shard, because this is for the kids now. Also, I guess Sub-Zero probably just thawed out and was perfectly fine after.
Could I have beaten him without Kitana's secret?
It wasn't really a secret, Liu Kang. It was kind of obvious and just extremely lucky for you that there was a bucket of water sitting around.
It is over.
What?
You've been standing there flashing back for a while. We all just kind of got bored of waiting. Everyone walk like an idiot!
I realized that my own brother was innately evil. I could no longer fight for what my clan believed in.
Can you ever really forgive Liu Kang for icing your brother?
Yeah, sure. My brother is kind of a noob.
What I want to know is how you just happened to show up when you did.
I noticed the red sky and portals. Other people saw those?
I've come to warn you that Scorpion is on his way from Outworld to invade Earth.
Scorpion isn't from Outworld, he's from Netherrealm. Yeah, I know, but this cartoon doesn't.
Good timing, Raiden. The fighting's over, girlfriend.
Okay, I can't help but kind of love how they made Jax react to Raiden a lot of the time in this series.
So you brought word of Scorpion's impending invasion.
Who says it's true?
I do.
Huh. You may be the god of thunder and all, but you've been wrong plenty of times.
You really do have a death wish.
Wow, Raiden's gonna go all MK1, kill everyone, have a nice day on her.
Let's see if Nightwolf's detected a rip.
That'd be pretty convenient, I guess, Liu Kang, but no.
Then kick your jets and jam.
What?
We can't reveal the location of MK headquarters to him.
Hey, Sub-Zero's cool. Sorry.
Oh, so you kill my brother and I get nothing. Not even a card, but a dumb ice joke and you apologize?
Don't come whining to me if the Outworlders invade base.
We keep it so secret with their NK logos near the entrances. So, yeah, the good guys have dragon jets in this series because, of course they do. Maybe Raiden actually convinced the Elder Gods to get slightly involved and they at least finance this shit.
This is Curtis Stryker.
What is it now, Stryker? You know, backseat drivers are usually in the same vehicle.
Wow, so no one in the show even likes Stryker either? Also, it's extremely convenient they had exactly one open seat left on their jets.
Keep your nose down on the turns, otherwise you'll flip your craft. Do you read me?
Yeah, I heard ya.
Wait, Stryker really was calling just to be a backseat driver? I would hope Liu Kang already knows how to fly that thing before he apparently flew it over to the waterless boat battle.
Smooth, Stryker, real smooth.
You know, I'd feel bad for Stryker if he wasn't Stryker.
Don't you people have any leash laws around here? Barbarians.
Wild animals have no business being pets. With or without his cop's uniform, dogs still hate him.
Everybody hates Stryker!
It's okay, boy. Sub-Zero is a friend.
I know that because I'm always listening in, I guess. You guys have no privacy.
Sub-Zero is a friend. Stryker, on the other hand.
Oh, wow. As nonsense as a show could be, they really did nail everyone's loathing of Stryker.
In before the pro-Stryker comments.
I believed you to be a shaman, a man with great mystical powers.
Nope! Nightwolf, I need you to computer hack us into Outworld and set Earthrealm's victories in Mortal Kombat to 1 million.
Raiden, that doesn't really make any sense.
Do it! Well, some jets attack because everyone's got jets in Mortal Kombat and they're being flown by Tarkata. We're supposed to believe those idiots know how to fly?
Time to kick some nomad butt.
Guess we're just calling them nomads. Also, they don't single one out as being Baraka, but there is...
It's Carbrak, their new leader.
This is kinda odd. They used Tarkata in The Journey Begins as well without having one being Baraka there either. Did they think they had already killed him? I mean, his death and annihilation doesn't count because he turned into rain before he hit the fire. Also, that movie came out after Defenders of the Realm. Oh, Nightwolf is such a computer whiz, but he forgot to put a lock on his little electronic logo door there. Nightwolf then combines with his wolf to have face paint on, which gives him superpowers to do stuff like this.
Save the honor bull for someone who cares, traitor.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that refusing to be turned into a cyborg would make knockoff Baraka laugh at me. I wish I could go back and do things differently now.
But don't worry, all the Tarkata are still alive. What do you think, this is Mortal Kombat or something?
But now that these nomad know their way here, I've got to ship them to a realm of no return.
Well, unless Raiden was just being cute with disintegrating all all these guys right in front of your eyes right there.
Where's that two-faced fridge?
Two-faced fridge, Sonya. You're on combat grounding.
He just risked his neck to help us. There's no doubt left. Sub-Zero's one of us.
And upon getting a new team member, everyone is left speechless, despite their mouths still moving. Sonya and Sub-Zero kiss and make up, but of course Sonya's kiss fatality blows Sub-Zero up.
I understand.
Yeah, well, thanks. For everything.
Hey, I learned my lesson.
This is a rather weirdly structured episode. Things seem to just keep happening for no particular reason. They are fighting cyber ninjas in the first part, and then Tarkata just show up later. Part of the story is Sub-Zero's, but his major arc is really just the fact that he didn't betray the good guys. And really, he kind of takes it rather well that they're all on his case when he could rightfully be upset at Liu Kang. Major pro of this episode, though, was the fact that everyone, even the wolf, hates Stryker. Next time on Defenders of the Realm, it's Scorpion time!
Get over here!
They must have tagged me with some kind of tracking device.
Mm-hmm.